All right. Hello. Welcome to How to Get a Little Bit Better at Chel with Goose. I'm here to try and give you some tips and tricks on how to get better at NHL26. Let's see here. I'm a skater, D-man here. So, first tip, make sure you have your classes built. I pick skaters, so sometimes in forward, sometimes in defense. Make sure you have classes built for everything. Don't show up as a sniper playing defense and then expect everybody else to cover for you because you want to play, you want to play sniper from the blue line and then try and pinch on every single play. Nobody wants to deal with that. So that's tip number one. Fuck's sake, dude. I wish I could get into a game, but that'll give me better time to talk. So at the end of the day, not the number one player in the world, but I do play this quite a bit, and I just want to go over some things that'll help you, especially if you're like me and you're dropping in when your friends aren't online and you're just playing with random people. Sometimes you get stuck with people that have absolutely no idea what they're doing. Looks like everybody here has been playing for a while, so hopefully you have a good squad here. But this other team, they all look like they're pretty new at this, so maybe there'll be some good examples on why they're getting beat. Because if we lose this game, I might just quit. But anyway, we'll see how this goes. Like I said, have a class built. I've got a class for center, I got wing classes, D classes. Just depends on what I'm feeling that day or what I feel most comfortable with. I think, especially when you're playing with randoms like I am, everybody plays a little bit different. Some D-men pinch a little bit more, some sit back a little more, some forwards like to try and back check all the way to the behind the goal for whatever reason. And, I think the first period especially is kind of a mystery of what you're going to get. So, take it easy. Try and learn what your teammates' tendencies are. Don't try to force crazy stuff. If you like tapping your stick calling for the puck, please don't do that. That's super annoying. And it makes everybody else on your team not want to give you the puck. Dumping, it's a lot of things that new players don't do. They try to carry every single puck down, and then they get smashed, and they can't figure out why they can't get the puck down. You're playing hockey at the end of the day. Play like a normal game. You can't carry every single puck to the net, okay? You see that a lot with new players. They don't know how to protect the puck. They just skate forward, and they get checked over and over and over again. As a D-man, especially in the offensive zone, and especially when you don't know people, try and stick to the boards, be an outlet for your forwards. Nobody's expecting or probably needing you to try and, snipe from the point. So you get it, try to get rid of it quickly. If your other D-man's open for a one-timer, make sure you're getting him the puck once in a while. But just what you really need to do on D is get rid of it. Like that was perfect. You get rid of the puck, you get a tip, you get a goal. So don't sit there and dance with it on the blue line because that's what typically leads to problems. I poked it himself. You know what? Getting into the net, you never know what's going to happen. So that's unfortunate for that guy. And that happens a lot too when, D-men, you don't have your puck control on. You make it harder for the guy to get the puck, and you get crappy bounces like that. I'm going to try not to swear, but it is going to happen, I'm sure. See, nobody pressured that guy on the boards. Everybody's just standing around with their hands in their pants, and he just walks in for a goal. And then the D-man wants to fight because he realizes he's gonna get his butt smacked. We got 3 forwards already. The other 2, I don't know why he's over here. Fuck. Like I said, not perfect. I'm gonna make mistakes here and there. Terrible pass, and then I whiffed on a check. You know, I would hate me too. So, you know, don't. This first game of the day. Don't hold me to it that much. Just tried to force it. Quick passing in this game, getting the other team off balance is probably the biggest key. You know, especially guys that are playing drop-ins random, they're not covering their positions. You know, get them all out of sorts. If they got their D-man crashing off the face-off, it's going to be light work. And, you know, the move that guy did right there, probably one of the most common moves you're going to see on breakaways. Take it to the backhand, swing your right analog stick down to the left, do a little deke on the goalie, shoot, score. Let's see, I'm going to try and drive it to the net because you're an idiot. Give you our team a breakaway chance. And call for it, no? For triangle, stick close to your, sorry, I'm in your way. Stick close to the guys in front of the net when you're holding triangle. It'll keep you on their body. You know, don't be afraid to cross-check them when you're in front of the net. Get them out of balance. Block screens, get them out of the way of your goalie. Ah. Screen guide. Come on. I think a lot of people, when they're picking D-men, they try for big and they want to hit people. I mean, I got this poke checking and the discipline up to, 95, whatever, and it's a lot more helpful and effective when you're trying to actually play defense, just to, knock the puck loose and get takeaways and interceptions. And my God, dude, pass the puck. What are you gonna do? You got 2 guys on the line. You're trying to deke one guy just to show him that you're good. Green guy looks a little confused when he gets the puck. Genuinely wish this other team was better, but it is what it is. My God, guys. So, here's one thing, especially with passing. I know a guy who I play with, he uses the button passing. I do not condone that, and I don't think it's your best option for passing. Number one, when you're passing, you want to be quick. The quickest way is with R2, especially if you want a really quick pass, because you can preload the R2 before you even get the puck and get some power on your pass. and it's quicker before this dumb short guy comes and tries to check you. Directional, especially when you're using R2, you can use your right analog to deep, and work your way around the defender rather than having to use your thumb to use a directional pad for passing. So if you're doing that, I'm going to tell you to stop, because it's not helpful whatsoever. And then maybe the directional passing is hard for you, but you're going to have to practice and get better. So I know it's not the most exciting game in the world, but I'm just trying to get you some tips, because I had to learn myself. And when I first got this game, my God, NHL26 was my first game. I was terrible, and I was playing online. I was younger. I was talking to everybody, and boy, were they not nice back in the day. But I got better over time, and that's what it's gonna take. And like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna do everything perfect in this game. I'm talking at the same time. I really hate talking and playing. I'd rather just sit here and be quiet, brain dead. But maybe I'll just upload full games later when I'm not talking. You can't see it here, but because everybody's muted or doesn't have a mic, but when people are talking, this game has the absolute worst interface for showing you who's talking. It takes up like half the freaking screen. Like, I don't need to know who's talking. I really don't care. I only use this game for EASHL. I don't play versus. I don't play franchise mode or anything. It's just not my thing. I just buy it for this because it's what I love to do. Okay. No deets at the net. There we go. Another thing, why this guy has 4 goals. He knows what he's doing. He knows when to deep, and he knows when to sit in front of the net and be patient. A lot of people love chasing the puck behind the net, or way out of position. You gotta put a little faith in your teammates that if you play your position, they can play their position, and you'll be much happier. Oh, whoa. That was a great pass. This red guy's pretty good. Just like I said, I just wish we were playing a better team, because these guys are not. These guys are not built to be playing against a bunch of people who've been playing this. I feel bad for them. Easy poke check, terrible spin move. Boy, I have no idea what he's doing. Yep, and he does the same move over and over and over again. He probably has 1,000 goals and 800 of them are like that. So, you split the D-men up the middle, because their D-men don't you gotta push people outside. It's like for defense, you're not gonna stop everything, but you push these people away from the middle and the slot, and you're gonna not be down 6-0 every freaking game. Terrible game to play defense when there's 0 offensive pressure from the other team. Terrible. Like I said, don't dance around the blue line. That's how you get turnovers. Terrible turnovers. Oh. Nope. Cool. Oh, poke check. Don't come over here, stay over there. Middle's wide open. penalty. That flick pass is the greatest thing that you can get good at. If you are rarely expecting it, and they do dumb crap like that because they're expecting your guy to pick up the puck. It's better when you're playing with people you know and they're expecting you to do that, but you do it enough and these randoms will figure out that you love doing that. Oh shit. Make sure you're not a big slug on defense either so that you can actually win these races. I was trying to get Teal to get out of my freaking way, but just want to sit there. Like right there, for some reason he decided to be quick, but if he was patient, he would have had him. Could have dangled that goalie so bad. Ooh. If there is something you want help with, please feel free to reach out to me. This game's over. I'll upload some more, and we can see how it goes. I can do over, certain things that maybe you really need help with. I'll just play some more games here, maybe upload some smaller clips. But I just wanted to, get it out here. See if you guys need some help. All right, hope you get better.